So today we are going to look at the tutorial for chain rule. For the this is question 1. If your W is a square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared, and x is k equal to 9 ln t, y equal to 6 cos 3t, z equal to 2 exponent t sin t, use chain rule to find dw dt. Okay, if the question asks you to use a chain rule, then you have to use chain rule. And notice x is function of x, y, z. However, x, y, z are only Cairo. What do you mean the screen in here? I see, okay. Yeah, because I can view my screen too. Okay, it's okay. Is it your internet problem? So x, y, z is function of t only. If you plug in x, y, z in terms of t, so lastly w is only function of t. That's why you can find dw dt. Okay. And I think here you have your w, you have x, y, z. So from w you can find your del w, del x, del w, del y, del w, del z. Okay, x, y, z is only function of t. So here you find dx, dt, dy, dt, dz, dt. That's why if you plug in x, y, z in terms of t, lastly w is only function of t. That's why what you can obtain is dw dt. Okay, this is d, because w lastly is only in terms of parameter t. So dw dt, if using chain rule, okay, you just sum of product of each half of the tree diagram. So you have this one is del, because w you have x, y, z, 3 variables. So it's del w, del x, multiply dx, dt, plus del w, del y, dy, dt, plus del w, del z, dz, dt. Okay. So you need to find the partial derivative of w respect to x, y, z. Then plug in here. X, y, z you differentiate respect to t. Plug in here, then you get the result. If the questions said they want in terms of t, then lastly you have to plug in x, y, z in terms of t. So from w here, square root is actually power half. So you have the x squared plus y squared plus z squared power half. So we want to find del w del x is actually del x, x squared plus y squared plus z squared power half. Okay, remember differentiation power become bring in front and then become multiply. So you have half And then the power for differentiation will be minus 1. So you have the x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Okay, from half minus 1 become minus half. And then you have the del x. Okay, del x is a bracket here, or what we denote as a u there. So del x squared plus z squared. That's what you get is actually, you have here 2x and then 2x from del x squared plus y squared plus z squared, you got 2x. So power negative half bring to denominator, and you have is a x squared plus y squared plus z squared. And then you cancel 2 and half here. So lastly, okay, for del w del x, you get x over square root plus x squared plus y squared plus z squared. So similarly for del w del y, you will get this is y. Del w del z, this is z, because for del w del y, you just replace del x by del y. For del w del z, you replace del x by del z. That's why the only difference is here. For del w del y, the numerator here, this is 2y. For del w del z, this is a 2z. So means similarly, you get your del w del y is y over square root x squared plus y squared plus z squared del w del z. This will be z over square root x squared plus y squared plus z squared. And then you find del dx dt, dy dt, dz dt. X is 9 ln t. So dx dt 9a over t. Y is 6 cos 3t. So your dy dt is negative 6. Differentiate cos is negative 3 sin 3t. So after you have negative 18 sin 3t. Okay, and then z is actually 2 exponent t sin t. Okay, this one you have to use a product rule. This is a u, this is a v. So your u prime will be 2 exponent t, v prime is cos t. That's why your dz dt, you have u v prime, so it's 2 exponent t cos t plus v u prime, so plus 2 exponent t sin t. Then plug in your del w del x, multiply dx dt plus del w del y multiply dy dt plus your del w del z multiply dz dt, you get your dw dt. So your dw dt is your del w del x dx dt plus del w del y dy dt plus del w del z dz dt. Del w del x, you have x over square root x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Dx dt here 9 over t. Del w del y is y over square root x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Okay, dy dt you have here negative 18 sin 3t plus del w del z, which is z over square root x squared plus y squared plus z squared multiply z dt. Z dt here 2 exponent t, 2 exponent t, and factor out. So become 2 exponent t, this is multiply, cos t plus sin t. And sometimes they want the answer in terms of t, hence you have to plug in back the x, y, z in terms of t. If they want, if they want the answer in terms of t, then you need to plug back x is actually, as x is 9 ln t. So need plug in back x is actually 9 ln t. So multiply 9. X squared plus y squared plus z squared, and then put in x squared will be 9 ln t you squared, so 81. So you have ln t, this one extra bracket equal the whole ln t squared. Okay, y is 6 cos t, so square it 36. Okay, cos squared. So you have 36 cos squared 3t. And then z squared, z is 2 exponent t sin t, square it, so 4 exponent 2t sin squared t. So you have 4 exponent 2t sin squared 2t. So here you have the denominator same square root, so I can factor out. For first term you have t here. The second term is only this numerator, so plus 1. This one only plus 1. So total this is plus 2. Okay, and y is actually, so plus, y is what? Y is a 6 cos t. So multiply negative 18 sin 3t. Okay, plus z. Z is actually 2 exponent t sin t. So multiply 2 exponent t. This is cos t plus sin t. If they want the answer in terms of t. If the question said, okay, they want the answer in terms of t, then x you need to plug in back by 9 ln t, y is a 6 cos t, the z is 2 exponent t sin t, sin 2t. Z, this is sin t. So this is only squared sin t. then you can simplify it nicely. For the first term, you have plotted 9 times 9 is 81 ln t. Okay. So this one 6 times negative 18. Okay. Negative 108. You have cos t sin t. The numerator 2, so it's 4 exponent 2t. What's here? 2 times 2, 4, exponent t times exponent t, exponent 2t. So you have sin t, bracket here, cos t plus sin t. And then divided by the denominator, okay, this is actually the term, the square root term. (81 ln t squared plus 36 cos squared 3t plus 4 exponent 2t sin squared t, so bracket t plus 2. Okay, this one is in terms of everything in terms of the parameter t. Okay, so question 1, any questions here? Yes?
Untuk mengajar file itu kan untuk belajar asal itu non-copy sebelum jawapan.
Which one? This one.
Yang warna merah sebelum jawapan warna biru tu kan dia tulis 9 non-T darab 9 tambah non-copy darab negatif 18 sin T, tapi dekat jawapan
hello, and then the answer, you have two versions. Okay, is either you leave it in terms of x, y, z. Okay, you can either leave it. Okay, but if the question said they want in terms of parameter t, then x you have to replace. If not, okay, some of you may leave the answer in here. Okay, in the first term you have 9x divided by, okay, this is t multiply this square root term. Second term is actually negative 18y sin 3t divided by the same square root. Third term is 2 exponent t multiply z bracket sin t cos t divided by the same square root. Okay, square root, okay, if I plug in x, y, z, will be here. Okay, and so for second term, I factor out this square root, so it's plus 1, that's why, okay, total at the denominator is plus 2. Okay, and then first term, after you factor out this square root, you still have t. And here, x actually 9 ln t. X is 9 ln t. So 9 times 9, so 81 ln t. Y is actually 6 cos 3t. This is dy dt. dy dt. Negative 18 sin 3t. So 6 times negative 18, negative 108. Negative 108, so cos t times sin t. Okay, and here plug in back z is actually 2 exponent t sin t. Okay, this one is actually the dz dt. So 2 times 2 is 4. So exponent t times exponent t, exponent 2t. So sin t and then bracket cos t plus sin t. So just now to ask the question, what is the problem? In this case, this one is perfect to answer everything in terms of t, but sometimes if the question didn't say you want answer in terms of t, you may leave here. Sometimes you may leave the answer this step also. If the question didn't mention, you must have the answer in terms of t, then may leave in this form. So still any question for question 1? Basically, it's actually you just find partial derivative and then apply in the chain rule formula. Okay, Isa, now I see. What's a mistake? Okay, cos t, okay, sin 3t. Okay, you are right. Okay, this one. Yeah, when I copy it down, okay, careless mistake. This term is sin 3t. You're right. Thank you. Okay, no, Isa. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this one when copied down, this sin 3t lost. So question 2, if z so if z is actually x exponent y, where x is 2t, y is sin t, use chain rule to find dz dt. Again, now z is only function of two variables x and y. However, x and y are only one parameter t. That's why you can find dz dt. Okay, so from z equal to x exponent y, we can find del z del x first. Okay, del z del x is actually you del x exponent y. Okay, when you del x, y is constant. So exponent y in this case is constant. So this case no need to use product rule because exponent y here, this is constant. So you ddx, let's say a constant times x, you will get your answer is a constant. For example, you ddx 5x, the answer is 5, where the 5 here is actually exponent y. Or you may factor out. Okay, if you factor out, then okay, those who cannot see this is here. So exponent y is constant. So you factor out constant. Okay, you can factor out constant provided they are in product form or in the quotient form. You factor out the whole quotient out. Then you delta x, this one which is actually 1. So when you do it slowly, then you will know, okay, delta x exponent y, if exponent y is constant, the result is exponent y. So this line can be skipped. Then you find your del w, del y, which is delta y, the x exponent y. So when you delta y, x is constant, okay, so you factor out your x and then you delta y exponent y, okay, delta y exponent y, you get back exponent y. That's why it's x times x exponent y. and then you find dx dt, dy dt. Okay, so x is 2t, dx dt you have 2, y is sin t, dy dt is cos t. Then so dw is, oh sorry, this is z. This is dz, del z, del x, del z, del y. So this will be the dz dt. Will be your del z, del x multiply dx dt. So you can see x cancel, you get del z, del t. So del z, del y multiply dy dt. So this is so-called chain rule. So plug in each derivative. So you have exponent y dx dt is 2. Del z, del y is x. Exponent y dy dt is cos t. So you may leave the answer here, or if the questions want in terms of t, then you have to replace back. I mean, it's either you leave the answer like here, but if the question said they want dz dt in terms of t, so if in terms of t, then you have to replace back y exactly. Y is what? Sin t. Here you have 2, and y is actually what? Sin t. X is what? Okay. X is 2t. Plug in x, 2t. Y is sin t. So, okay, cos t. So the last one will be the perfect answer because you replace back y becomes sin t, x becomes 2t. So y is sin t. So question 2 seems to be no problem. Okay, question 2.
You got the
question 3. So question 3, u is x power 4 y plus y squared z cubed. Okay, x is rs exponent t, y is rs squared exponent negative t. Use chain rule to find del u, del s. Okay, and then plug in when r equal to 2, s equal to 1, t equal to 0. Okay. In this case, here, because x, y, z is in terms of 2 parameters r and s, that's why lastly you can find del u, del s, del u, del r. But the question just want del u, del s. So first of all, okay, from u equal to x power 4 y plus y squared z cubed. Find del u, del x. So need to del x. X power 4 y plus you del x y squared z cubed. So when del x, y is constant. So here you have to factor out the constant. So y, then del x, x power 4 plus, okay, del x, y is constant. So you factor out y squared. And then you del x, z cubed. Okay. And del z also constant. Then del x, y, and z constant. So del x a constant, you have the answer is 0. That's why del u del x x power 4, you have 4x cubed 1. So this is a del u del x. And then you find del u del y. It will be del y x power 4 y plus del y y squared z cubed. So when del y x power 4 is constant, factor out constant, then you del y y, because this one you get 1. Okay, when del y z cube is constant, factor out the z cube, and then you del y y squared. So you have x power 4. Because del y y you have 1. And then del y y squared you have 2y. So 2y multiply z cube. So this is del u del y. Okay, u is three variable. So you can find del u del z. So for del u del z, you del z x power 4 y plus del z, okay, y squared z cubed. So when del z, x and y are constant, so that's why del z is constant, you have 0. So when del z y squared is constant, so factor out y squared, and then you del z z cubed. Okay, so del z z cubed, you have 3, so put here 3 z squared. So 3 z squared by y squared. Okay, and then you find as x. X is rs exponent t. Okay, x is rs exponent t. Okay, what the question one is del u del s. Del u del s. So here we apply del x del s. Because we just want del u del s, that's why x here just differentiate respect to s, where r and t are constant. Then you del s r s exponent t. Okay, when del s, r and t are constant, so you factor out r exponent t, and then you del s s. Del s s, the answer is 1. That's why I have r exponent t. So this is of x, and then from y is rs squared exponent negative t. So y is rs squared exponent negative t. So you find del y del s, where r and t constant. So that's why you del s r s squared exponent negative t. So factor out r and exponent t. So you have r exponent negative t, and then you del s s squared. So del s s squared, okay, you have actually r exponent negative t. This one is 2s. So 2r s exponent negative t. Okay, and then what is a z? Okay, z is r squared s sin t. Okay, r squared s sin t. So del z del s. Okay, del s r squared s sin t. Okay, where r squared and sin t are constant, because you del s, r and t are constant. So you factor out the constant term, r squared sin t, and then you del s s. So this is 1. And so you have the answer is r squared sin t. Okay, now plug in the sum of product of this partial derivative. You will get your del u del U, del S. Using chain rule, U, you can find del U, del X. Okay, and X you can find del X, del S. So it's answer del U, del S. Okay, from U you can find del U, del Y 2. Okay, so this del Y, so this del Y, del S. So Y you cancel, so del U, del S. From U you can find del U, del Z. So this will be del Z, del X. Mean del U, del S, so del U. Okay, U can differentiate respect to X, Y, and Z. Okay, X actually you can differentiate respect to S, R, and T, but the question just want del U, del S. So you just need to find one R. Okay, if you want del U, del T, then del X, del S here change to del X, del T. It means all the S here, del Y, del S become del Y, del T, del Z, del S become del Z, del T. Okay, if you want del U, del R, so this one become del R, del X, del R. Means the S change to R. Okay, now just leave, okay, plug in all the value there. What's the del U, del X? 4x cubed y. Plug in here 4x cubed y. Okay, del X, del S here R exponent T. R exponent T. Okay, del U, del Y. X power 4 plus 2y z cubed. Okay, del Y, del S. Del Y, del S here. 2rs exponent negative t. 2rs exponent negative t. Okay, plus del U, del Z. 3y squared z squared. Okay, del Z, del S is here. 2rs del Z, del S. Okay. R squared sin P. If the question didn't request the answer in terms of S, okay, we may leave like here 4x cubed y by R exponent T. Okay, this one you have we give it this form. Good. So any question for question 3 here? 3, okay, actually we may leave like here because the question did says they want, okay, they want everything in terms of S. So we may leave like this. No questions, then move to question 4. Okay, solve for del Z, del M and del Z, del N by using chain rule. Yeah. But just now, we answered the question already. Okay. Later on, you have the question actually want the value del U, del S when R is 2, S is 1, T is 0. Then you have to plug in 2, 1, T 0. they want the question 1 is actually del u del s when r is 2, s is 1, t equal 0. Okay. So if we leave the answer like here, then you have to find the x, y, z value when r is 2, s is 1, t is 0. But then you have to find back what is the x. Rs exponent t. Okay, x is actually r s exponent t. So plug in the r s t value. So r is 2, s is 1, exponent 0 is 1. So x is actually 2. Okay, what is the y value? What is the y function is there? Y is rs squared exponent negative t. So y is r s squared exponent negative t. So plug in the r is 2, s is 1. So 1 squared and 1. So exponent negative 0. Okay, exponent negative 0 is actually 1. So the answer also 2. Okay. And then what is the z expressions? Z is r squared s sin t. R squared s sin t. So plug in when r is 2. So this will be 4. Okay, s is 1, t is 0. Sin 0 is 0. That's why we have 0. Okay, so plug in x, y, z value. Plug in when x, y, z, x is 2. Okay, plug in x is 2, y is 2, z is 0. Del u del s equals this is del u del s. So now we are going to plug in the x, y, z value. Okay, and the r is 2, t is 0, s is 1. So x2, so we have 4 times 2 cubed, y is 2. Okay, r is 2, t is 0, so exponent is 0. Right. X is 2, so 2 power 4, y is 2, okay, z is 0. So r is 2, okay, s is 1, t is 0. So y 2 squared z 0. So r is 2 squared, t is 0. Okay, and then you simplify it. Okay, you evaluate it. This term times 0, this one 0, this term 0. So the whole term here 0. So exponent 0, this is 1. Okay. 2 times 2, this is 4. This is 1, here is 4. So 8, okay. 8 times 4, 32, 32 times 2, 64, 64 times 2, 128. Then got 128. So this one you have 16 times 4. Okay, 16 times 4, okay, 256. 64, 64. So 128 plus 64. Okay, the answer is 192. So this one is evaluate the value del u del s when r is 2, s is 1, t is 0. Okay, because x, y, z here, the del u del s I still have in terms of x, y, z. So I need to evaluate the value of x, y, z when r is 2, s is 1, t is 0. So x is got 2, y is 2, z is 0. So I plug in here. X is 2, y is 2. Okay, t is 0, r is 2, t is 0. Then simplify it, we get the answer is 192. Because this is 8, okay? 8, 8 times 8. So this one 8 times 8 times 2, 128. Then this is 16 times 4. So add up is 192. This is question 3. Okay, now any question? Okay, to plug in the value del u del s.
What is that?
No, okay, we go to question 4. Okay, you're also using chain rule. Z is only function of x and y. So x is function of n, y, m, and n. So here you can find del z, del m, del z, del n. So first of all, from z, you find the partial derivative with respect to x and y. So ln 4y squared plus 4x. So you find del z, del x. Okay. Remember, okay, to differentiate ln, you have, if this is u, so you have 1 over u. So 1 over 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, you want to find del z, del x, so you del x your u. Okay, differentiate ln 1 over u, del x the u. So when you want to find del z, del y, del x here change to del y. Okay, so you have del x 4y squared plus 4x. You will have, okay, 4x over 4y squared plus 4x. So similarly, if you want to find del z, del y, okay, only del x here change to del y. So 1 over 4y squared plus 4x to del y, 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, del y 4y squared, you have 8y. Del y 4x is 0. So you have 8y over 4y squared plus 4x. And then from x and y, you can find their partial derivative. Okay. You have x is exponent n. So you can find del x del n, which is exponent n. Here, del, you have only del x, del n, because x only one variable, one parameter n, and then from y is 2m plus n. So you can find del y del n, which is 1. So del y del m, which is 2. Okay, then now we can find del z del m. Del z del m. This one. So when we want del z del m, first of all del z. Okay, z you can differentiate respect to what? X. So x. So this is del x. So here del x. You want to find del z del m. So del, this one will be m. So you cancel. Okay, z also can differentiate respect to y. So this will be del y del m. So you cancel it. So del z del m. Okay, del x del m is 0 because x is only in terms of n. So del z del x you have 4x over 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, this is 0. Okay, del z del y you have 8y. 8y over 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, del y del m, this is 2. So that's why your del z del m, 8 times 2, 16y over 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, and then similarly to find del z del n, variable y here you change to n, the rest same. Okay. If you want del z del n, so del z del x, okay, del x del n plus del z del y del y del n. Okay, del z del x here 4x over 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, del x del n, exponent n. Del z del y, 8y over 4y squared plus 4x. Okay, del y del n. Del y del n is 1. Is 1. Okay.
So,
Yes.
apa question? Kan masa yang mula satu awal sebelum ni,
Yes.
yang kita buat del z del x tu, y part x.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This is 4. You're right, this is 4. This one, delta x 4y squared 0, delta x 4x, this is 4. Okay. Thank you, okay. So this is 4, 4, 4. Okay. So this one is 4. So this is 4. So for del z del n, del z del n, so you have the answer, okay, del z del n 6. This one is 0, that's why still same answer, 16y over 4y squared plus 4x. And then del z del n is here, 4 exponent n divided by 4y squared, okay, plus 4x plus 8y, 4y squared plus 4x. If we want the answer in terms of m and n, then this one, what's the y? Okay, you have to plug in back the y and x value. That's 1. Y is 2m plus n. So we got 16, 2m plus n. So y squared, this will be 2m plus n squared. What's the x value? X is ln 4y squared plus 4x. Sorry. X. This is Z. X is exponent n, sorry. Okay, and then you can simplify 4. So this is 4. So 4, 2m plus n divided 2m plus n squared plus exponent n. So this is del z del m. And then, okay, for del z del n, similarly, if you want the answer in terms of m and n, so we have here 4 exponent n. This one is exactly here. 4 times 2m plus n squared plus 4x, which is 4 exponent n. 8y. Y is actually 2m plus n. So divided with same denominator. So 4 times of 2m plus n squared plus 4 exponent n. Okay. And then 4 exponent n plus 8 2m plus n. We combine the denominator, so you got 4 times. We factor out the 4. So 2m plus n squared plus exponent n. So we're going to simplify 4 here. 4 times 1, 4 times 2. So the answer is exponent n plus 2 times 2m plus n divided 2m plus n squared plus exponent n. Okay?
Doktor.
Yeah.
Saya lost track.
Huh? Not clear, not clear. What your mic there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Kan yang del Z del X tu, kita tadi tu, kan 1/4y/2 tambah X del X tambah square tambah X kan?
Yes.
And then kita kena bawa keluar 4y/2 tu.
No, you just factor 4 only. You got 4. This one 4. Cancel. 4. So this left 2.
No, doktor. Soalan apa yang first step sekali.
Where? Del Z, del M. Yeah.
Z for del X.
Del Z, del X. Del Z, del X here.
Del X.
4/4y squared plus 4x. If you cancel the 4, this one left 1. So this term will become 1/y squared plus x. If you simplify it.
No, doktor. So, apa ni? First step sekali.
Yeah, del Z, del X, when you simplify,
Yeah, that one.
this one should left only 1/y squared plus x. This one also you can simplify. Here you have 2y over y squared plus x. You simplify it, so much easier here.
Sebab saya tak faham kan kita kena del X tu kan kita kena bawa keluar 4y/2 tu kan.
I think
yang satu y/2 tambah x tu kan.
yes.
Lepas tu kan dekat yang kemudian tadi yang soalan tu kan kita buat del per del x 4y/2 tambah 4x kan.
Yes.
Okay, then kita kena bawa keluar 4y/2 tu kan. Betul.
Not bring the 4y squared. This one, this step, okay, this one totally 0. Cos times 0. So you have, okay, if del Z, del M, this one totally 0. Okay, this one, if del Z, del Y, just now you simplify 2y. Okay, that's where we change it. So this is, now this is 2y, because you simplify. So this one you don't have, yeah. So the same thing, 4. So you left this part 4y over y squared plus x. So y is here, 2m plus n. So y squared, x is exponent n. If I didn't simplify beginning, okay, this one becomes 0. So that if I didn't simplify, that's why my answer here, 16y over 4y squared plus 4x. And then I actually, same thing, I just replace y is here, 2m plus n. This is y, 2m plus n squared. This is 4. X is exponent n. And then you cancel by 4. Divide each term by 4. So this one divide by 4, divide by 4, this one divide by 4. That's why here. You divide by 4, this is 1, this is 1. Or easier from beginning, you can simplify, you already simplify. Okay, or you already simplify, then this one you can just ignore it. If you already simplify from beginning, much easier. If already simplify here, 4, cancel each term by 4. So del Z, del X, we have 1 over y squared plus x. Del Z, del Y, cancel each term by 4. This one divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. So 2y over y squared plus x. Okay, so this one we cancel by 4. This one is 1. This one no longer. So del z del x 1 over y squared plus x. Okay, but here you multiply by 0, whole term 0. So it's just left 2 times 2, 4y over y squared plus x. Replace the y is 2m plus n. So 2m plus n squared, x is exponent n. Okay, and then here, so maybe this one you can use a simplified term, which is del z del x use 1 over y squared plus x. Use the 1 over 4y squared plus x. Then this one delete. Okay, y using 2y, okay, 2y over y squared plus x. This one which is simplified already. That one already simplified. This is 2. Okay, so this one no more. So this one become 2. Okay, this one no more. Okay, so now del z del x I use a simplified one. This simplify from beginning easy. Del z del x is 1 over y squared plus x. Del z del y 2y over y squared plus x. Okay, then lastly substitute y is 2m plus n. So squared, x is exponent n. 2 times this is y, so y squared this is x. Okay, so the rest okay, I can erase. That's already simplified. Okay, so now you have the same denominator where this one after you simplify, if you simplify from beginning, so now same denominator, combine it, so you can add up your numerator. So exponent n plus, okay, 2 times 2m plus n. So this is your del z del n. So del z, okay, so I repeat again. Del z del m, the answer is 4 times 2m plus n divided 2m plus n squared plus exponent n. Then del z del n exponent n plus 2 times 2m plus n divided 2m plus n squared plus exponent n. Okay, so still any question for question 4? Okay, then we move to question 5. Del w del rho del w del phi. Okay, w is function of x, y, z. Okay, x, y, z are are 2 parameter, rho are 3 parameter actually. Rho, phi, theta. But the question just want to find 2 only. Del w, del rho, del w, del phi. So same thing from w equal to x squared plus y squared plus z squared. You can find del w del x, which is 2x, then del w del y, which is 2y, okay, del w del z, which is 2z. I think up to now you should be quickly can find a partial derivative quite quickly. So okay, should be okay, right? This one del w del x, del w del y, del w del z. And then x, okay, you have rho sin phi cos theta. So we want to find del W, del rho, del W, del phi. So that's why x here, you have to find del x, del rho, del x, del phi. Okay, no need to find del x, del phi, del theta because the question didn't want del W, del theta. So you just need to find del x, del rho. Okay, when you differentiate respect to rho, phi and theta are constant. That's why del x, del rho is actually you del rho sin phi cos theta. Okay, when you del rho, sin phi cos theta are constant, so you factor out sin phi. You factor out your sin phi cos theta, and then del rho. And you del rho, the answer which is del rho. So del rho answer is 1. That's why you have sin phi cos theta. Okay, and then from x equal to rho sin phi cos theta. Okay, depend on equation. They want del W, del phi. That's why x here you have to find del x, del phi. Okay, del x, del phi, you del phi, rho sin phi cos theta. Okay, when you del phi, rho and theta are constant, so you factor out rho cos theta, and then you del phi sin phi. Okay. So del phi sin phi, you get cos phi. So you have rho cos theta cos phi. Okay. And then from y, y is rho sin phi sin theta. Okay, y is rho sin phi sin theta. So we find del y, del rho. Okay, del y, del rho. Okay, again when you differentiate respect to rho, sin phi and sin theta are constant. That's why del y, del rho, you get the answer is sin phi sin theta. Same with your del x, del rho. So you get sin phi sin theta, and then from y equal to rho sin phi sin theta, you find del y, del phi. It means your del phi rho sin phi cos theta. Okay, when you del phi, rho and cos theta are constant, so you factor out rho, and so this is sin theta. Sin phi sin theta. So you factor out rho sin theta, and then you del phi sin phi. So you get this is rho sin theta. Sin phi you have cos phi. this is actually for del x del phi, in fact rho cos theta. This is del phi sin phi. So the answer is rho cos theta cos phi. So del y del phi is rho sin phi sin theta cos phi. And then z is rho cos phi. So del z del rho, we have cos phi. And then your del z del phi, it will be del phi rho cos phi. So when del phi rho is constant, you factor out the rho, and then you del phi cos phi. Okay. So del phi cos phi, you have negative rho sin phi. So I repeat it one more time. Okay. For del w del x, the answer is 2x. Del w del y, the answer is 2y. Del w del z, the answer is 2z. Okay. Del x del rho, the answer is del x del rho, the answer is sin phi cos theta. Okay. Del x del phi, the answer is rho cos theta cos phi. Del y del rho, the answer is sin phi sin theta. Okay, del y del phi, the answer is rho sin theta cos phi. Del z del phi, the answer is cos phi. Okay, and then del z del phi, the answer is negative rho sin phi. In the question 1, del z del rho, del w del rho, del w del rho and del w del phi. We want del w del rho. So del w. Okay, w you can differentiate respect to x. So del w del x. Multiply del x. We want rho. So this is del x del rho. So plus w can differentiate respect to y. So del w del y. Multiply del y del rho. Okay, w can differentiate respect to z. So del w del z. Okay, and then z can differentiate respect to rho. So we want rho. So if you want del w del phi only rho here, you change it to phi. So now plug in del w del x is 2x. Okay, del x del rho sin phi cos theta del w del y is 2y. So del y del rho is different should be sin theta cos theta. Del y del rho, sin phi sin theta. Sin phi sin theta. Del w del z is 2z. Del z del rho is cos phi. So if the question wants the answer in terms of rho phi theta, hence x, y, z have to plug in back here. Okay, in terms of parameter rho, phi, and theta, where the x actually rho sin phi cos theta. Multiply sin phi cos theta. Okay, y is actually rho sin phi sin theta. So multiply this sin phi sin theta. Z is actually rho cos phi cos theta. Expand, simplify, then you get your del W, del W, del rho. The first term rho, sin phi, cos theta, so you have 2 rho sin squared phi cos squared theta. Second term, 2 rho sin phi, So I got sin squared phi sin squared theta. Okay, and the third term, 2 rho cos squared theta. So first of all, I'm going to factor or simplify here. And simplify the first 2 terms first by factor out. I think that's good. Factor out the term that highlight with yellow color. And I factor out 2 rho sin squared phi, and then cos squared theta. Okay, cos squared theta plus sin squared theta plus 2 rho cos squared theta. Okay. So cos squared theta plus sin squared theta, the answer is 1. That's why you have 2 rho sin squared phi. This one is 1 plus 2 rho cos squared theta. X is rho sin phi cos theta. Okay, Z. Del W del Z is 2Z. Z is actually Z is rho cos phi. Del Z del rho. Mistake. Del Z del rho is cos phi. This one here mistake. Z is rho cos phi. Del Z del rho cos phi. Because Z is in terms of phi only. Del Z del phi is cos phi. That's why this one is phi. Okay, so now we simplify again by factor out the 2 rho. So here, cos squared theta plus sin squared theta, you have 1. So again, sin squared phi plus cos squared phi, 1. That's why the answer for del W del rho is 2 rho. 2 rho. Okay, so any questions here? Then if not, okay, we plug in del W del X to X. Okay, del W del 2Y, del W del Z to Z. This is del X del rho sin phi cos theta. del y, del rho, sin phi, sin theta, del z, del rho, this is cos phi. Then plug in back, x actually rho sin phi cos theta, y is rho sin phi sin theta, z is rho cos phi. Okay, expand here, sin phi, so you got sin squared phi, cos theta, cos squared theta. Second term also, sin phi, sin squared phi, sin theta, sin squared theta. Okay, the third term, cos phi, so cos squared, this is phi. This one is phi. This is phi. And then we factor out the first two terms where they got 2 rows sin squared phi. Then cos squared theta, sin squared theta is 1. That's why the first two terms can be simplified to 2 rows sin squared phi. And then the third term now, 2 rows cos squared phi. And then again factor out 2 rows sin squared phi plus cos squared phi is 1. That's why lastly the answer is 2 rows. So this is a del W, del rho. Then we can, similarly we can do for del W, del phi. Del W, del phi will be del W, del x, del this is phi. So plus del W, del y, del phi plus del W, del z, del phi. Del W, del x, we have 2x. Okay, del x, del phi. Okay, search back, del x, del phi. Okay, del x, del phi is rho cos theta, cos phi. Rho cos theta. Rho cos theta, cos phi. Del W, del y is 2y, del y, del phi. Okay, del y, del phi is rho sin theta, cos phi. Rho sin theta, cos phi. Del W, del z is 2z. Okay, del z, del phi. Del z, del phi is here. Negative rho, this one, negative rho sin phi. Negative rho sin phi. Okay, and then to simplify, we have to plug in the x is actually, the x, y, z here is actually the spherical coordinate if you learn in next chapter. X is actually rho sin phi cos theta. So multiply rho cos theta cos phi. Okay, the second term, del W, del y, 2 rho 2z. This is 2y. 2y. Okay, where the y is rho sin phi sin theta. So multiply rho sin theta cos phi minus z is actually rho cos phi. So then multiply rho sin phi. So you have to expand and simplify. So 2 rho and rho, so 2 rho squared. Here. Sin phi cos phi. Here we have here sin phi cos phi, cos theta. So cos squared theta. So second term 2 rho sin phi, only sin phi. Sin theta, so sin squared theta cos phi. And the third term is negative 2 rho sin phi cos phi. Okay, and now you can factor out the second term got mistake. Second term, rho, so this will be rho squared. So you got 2 rho squared sin phi cos phi. 2 rho squared sin phi times cos phi. So we simplify the first two terms first. Factor out, okay, the yellow color term that I highlight. 2 rho squared sin phi cos phi. Cos squared theta plus sin squared theta. The first two terms, factor out the yellow color. First term still left, cos squared theta. Second term still left, sin squared theta. Okay, and then the third term, negative 2 rho sin phi cos phi. Cos squared theta plus sin squared theta, the answer is 1. Mistake again. Let's mistake again. Okay. The third term, rho. This is rho squared. Rho squared. So you have 2 rho squared sin phi cos phi. So this one is 1. So minus 2 rho squared sin phi cos phi. So the answer 0. So lastly we get the answer 0. After you plug in the x, y, z. X is a rho sin phi cos theta, y is rho sin phi sin theta, z is rho cos phi. Okay, you collect, okay, the term, simplify, you get the answer is 0. So any questions here?
No, doctor.
Ignore, I think the rest. The rest similar, I think you can do it, right? Okay, there you get the answer. W and then x, y, z is only in terms of theta, that's why you can find dw d theta. So again, this is only you must have your root k partial derivative. Then applies the chain rule only. W is z squared over xy plus x. So W, you can find del W, del x. Then you can del W, del x, you del x. You del x, the okay, this one I'll bring up become xy plus x power negative half. So when delta x, z squared is constant, so you factor out z squared. So you delta x, xy plus x power negative half. Power negative half. Then you have here, this is z squared. So for differentiations, you will have here, the power bring front, so negative half, and then xy plus x, negative half k minus 1, so become negative 3 over 2, and then you have to del x, xy plus x. That's why you will get this one. You have z squared negative, so 2 here. So this is xy plus x. Okay, bring down, become positive power 3 over 2. Delta x, xy plus x, you have y plus 1. Because when you delta x, xy, y is constant, that's why you get y. Delta x is 1. So this is your del w, del x. Okay, if you want del w, del y, only del x here, you change it to del y. So that's why, if del y, this one, the answer is x. Okay, I hope you clear. So your answer for
okay.
Okay, this is del w, del x. Z squared over square root xy plus x. So, okay, the square root is power half, bring up, so they easy do your differentiation. So, xy plus x power negative half. So, okay, when you delta x, z squared is constant. So, factor out your z squared. So, you delta x, xy plus x power negative half. Remember your ddx, u power n, you have n, u power n minus 1, du dx. Then use this root. So you have negative half, xy plus x, negative half minus 1, so negative 3 over 2. So you delta x, xy plus x. So delta x, xy plus x, you get y plus 1. So similarly, if you want del w, del y, okay, del w, del y only here, you change to del y. That's why the answer is negative z squared. Okay, when you del y, this part you get x. So this is 2 xy plus x power 3 over 2. So similarly, if you want del w, del z, here change to del z. This is constant, so if del z another one. Okay. If del z, if del w, del z, if del w, del z, okay, 1 over square root xy plus x is constant. If you want to del z, this is del z, over z squared over square root xy plus x. So when del z, okay, del z, function of x and y are constant. That's why you factor out 1 over square root xy plus x. And then you del z squared. That's why for del w, del z, the answer is 2z over square root xy plus x. Okay. Here, if you want to change to the square root form, this will be negative z squared x 2. Okay. Power, okay, 3 over 2 is actually, we have square root, which is power half, xy plus x, and then you power 3. So these two are equivalence form. In this one is similar to, you got power, okay, square root and power square root and then okay, power 3 again. So these two are equivalence form. So this is your del w del x, del w del y, del w del z. And then from x, y, z, you can find dx, d theta. From x equal to sin theta over 2. So you can find dx, d theta will be, differentiate sin, you have cos theta over 2, and then you have the d theta, theta over 2. So this one you get half. This one you get half cos theta over 2. Okay, for the y equal to cos theta over 3, differentiate dy d theta. Okay, differentiate cos is negative sin theta over 3, and you have the d theta, theta over 3. That's why you have negative 1/3, okay, negative 1/3 sin theta over 3. Okay, and then what's the z? Okay, z is what? Z is theta. So dz d theta. Okay, dz d theta is 1. And then you can plug in to do, so you get this one. So your dw d theta, some technical error, I don't know what happened. Okay, then you plug in the graphic tablet pen. So your dz d theta is 1. Right, graphic tablet pen. Okay, time also almost up. Okay, you can do I think got memory problem.